Do you feel called to explore shadow work? Now, as you're on your spiritual awakening journey, you may have come across the term shadow work. Maybe you already have somewhat of an idea of what it is, but maybe you haven't really embraced this path of shadow work, but you feel that inner calling that maybe now is the time to explore that more, to really embark on this deep inner work of uncovering and healing and transcending your shadow. Because shadow work is a powerful process that will truly set you free from all the limitations, all the setbacks, all the negative feelings, all of those limited selves of yourself that has been holding you back from really living your best life yet. Because it's those shadow aspects that we have developed over time. And here I'm also talking past life, not just throughout this lifetime, but through past life experience as well. We have developed shadow aspects, those limited aspects about ourselves that often derail us, hold us back. They determine our actions, our inactions, the things we do, the things we say, the things we feel, how we even show up in the world. So these shadow aspects affect just about every area of our life. And when you embark on shadow work, you basically dive deep into uncovering what these shadow aspects are, and then you heal them, you release them, you transcend them, because you want to let them go so they no longer interfere with your life. Because that is what shadow work is really all about, is really setting yourself free from what has been weighing you down. And in this video, I want to talk to you a little bit more about the 6 amazing benefits that come from doing shadow work. And if you're ready to transform your life, then shadow work will definitely assist you in doing so. So let me share with you the 6 benefits of doing shadow work. The first benefit is that you actually, when you do a shadow work, you actually uncover what secretly drives you, your behaviors, your actions, your inactions, like I just alert to that. All of those things, all of the things that really drive you, drive your behavior, drive your actions, inactions, the way you're showing up. When you uncover those shadow aspects, you will realize that a lot of those things that you say you want to be doing or that you are doing, they're actually driven by those shadow aspects. And oftentimes it is to keep you safe, to avoid pain, and also to even avoid pleasure as well. So the shadow aspects, they're trying to keep you safe, but that is more so from a limited point of view. It's like that ego point of view, not trying to step outside of your comfort zone and those type of things. And it's those shadow aspects that are really hindering you from becoming very successful, reaching the success that you want, reaching the abundance, the financial prosperity, the love, the joy, the happiness, all of the things that you say you want, that deep down you really desire. It's holding you back. It's those shadow aspects that are getting in the way of you really living your best life yet. So as you're uncovering it, you really uncover what secretly drives you. And that's why I say secretly, is because they're usually not very obvious, because you're just so on autopilot. It's just who you are, because these shadow aspects, they developed early on and they're ingrained within your DNA as well. And it's really those shadow aspects that are the driving force behind what you're experiencing throughout your life and in your life. Then the second benefit is that when you actually do shadow work, you set yourself free from all those limitations, those limited aspects of yourself. And here, this does not mean that you're totally messed up or there's something wrong with you. No, it does not mean that. Every single person has shadow aspects, limited aspects about themselves. And that's why shadow work is so powerful and so beautiful, because you can uncover what they are. And then when you work with that, when you work through that, and you actually first were realizing how do they play out in your life, and it makes so much sense. And then you start really clearing it and healing it and transcending it. It's about transcending into something higher, something better, something that is really more in alignment, that will serve you to move forward in your life, that is no longer holding you back. That's the true power behind shadow work. Because the thing is, just because you're not aware of certain limitations or those shadow aspects, or you're not even acknowledging them, doesn't mean that they're not there. Just because you don't want to deal with them doesn't mean that they're not there. They're still there. Think of it like that iceberg, right? You have that big chunk of iceberg, underneath the surface. That's kind of like what these shadow aspects are. They're often not easily spotted, and oftentimes we're not even thinking about them, or we're not realizing that we're actually being driven by those limitations. But when you do shadow shadow work, you become aware of that. And that will then set you free, because with the awareness comes the power of choice. You can do something about it. You can dive deeper into it. And here, one thing I do want to mention is when you do shadow work, it's never meant to be from a harsh point of view, like judging yourself, getting mad about it, or anything like that. It's about really becoming aware, like, okay, I'm realizing that this is what's been going on, that this is what I've been experiencing because of this shadow aspect. Okay, I no longer want to deal with this, so let's work through this. Let's heal this. Let's clear this. That is how you do shadow work. It's about becoming aware and then doing the work. It's not about being a victim and saying, oh my God, my life is so bad because I have these shadow aspects. I don't know what to do with this, so this is just how it is. That is not what shadow work is about, okay? Shadow work is about setting yourself free. And the more you become aware of these shadow aspects, then you have the power of choice. Then you can do something about whether it's healing, clearing, transcending, reprogramming, whatever it is. But you can do something about it to create a shift, to basically outgrow those shadow aspects, those limited aspects of yourself, because they are there. Whether you're aware of them or you want to acknowledge them or not, but they are there. And if you don't acknowledge them, if you don't become aware of them, they're still running in the background. So just think back over your life and think about one thing, for example, that you wish would have ended up differently, or you were trying to go for something and it totally failed, or you went sideways or something like that. The reason why that happened was not because you did something wrong. It was those shadow aspects playing in the background, determining your actions, your inactions, how you felt about it, how you reacted to certain things, and just how you showed up in general about this thing. And that's how you self-sabotage yourself because of those shadow aspects, right? So just because you're not aware of them doesn't mean they're there. And they're running in the background, and they're often derailing you, sabotaging your efforts, and those type of things. That's why doing shadow work is so powerful and so beneficial in really transforming your life. And by the way, if shadow work is of interest to you, if you want to learn more, if you really want to embark on the shadow work healing journey, then I want to invite you to check out my brand new YouTube channel, Soul Alchemist, where it's all about shadow work, inner healing, raising your consciousness, and awakening more fully to your true, authentic self. So it's about creating that inner transformation. So if that's of interest to you, check it out. The link is in the description below. And maybe even subscribe to my new channel, as I will create more content around shadow work if that is of interest to you. And then the third benefit of doing shadow work is actually that you will then realize why you experience certain things throughout your life, why your life went the way it did, why you experience certain challenges and setbacks and those type of things, and just a not so pleasant experience. All starts to make sense. I actually have been diving deep into my gene keys, which is all about really shadow aspects. I mean, gene keys, that's definitely shadow work. And as I was really diving deeper into my own profile, I uncovered a lot of those shadow aspects that previously I wasn't aware of. And my life, how everything went, why I experienced certain things that I experienced, it made so much sense. Yes, in the moment, it wasn't a pleasant experience, because I'm like, man, this is why I experienced all this. But that gave me so much feedback of what I can do now to heal that, to clear it. And I've been going deep into my profile to heal a lot, to uncover a lot, to really transcend a lot. And ever since I started working with the gene key, my life really has transformed tremendously, because I was really embracing the shadow work, doing a lot of that deep inner discovery. So when you uncover your shadow aspects, about how your life went, how things were, and things like that, and why you experience certain things, it will make so much more sense as you're uncovering those shadow aspects, because it was those shadow aspects that caused you to experience certain things in your life. You realize how these shadow aspects were actually driving you and influencing you and your life. And that's why you created certain experience in your life. It was because of those shadow aspects. So you will have then those massive aha and light bulb moments, because then you're realizing this is why my life has been the way it has been. But I'm curious to know from you, Have you actually done any shadow work up until this point? Or are you just kind of dabbling with it? Or do you not really know how to even get started? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to know. And like I said, if you want to learn more, definitely check out my brand new channel, because I will talk more about shadow work, about teachings and how to go about this. And then later in the future, there will also be more gene key topics as well, because I'm really diving deeper into that, because I see the connection in, using gene key for shadow work. But there will definitely be a lot of content around shadow work. So if that's of interest to you, definitely check out my new channel and maybe even subscribe. But now the fourth benefit of shadow work is that when you start healing and transcending your shadow aspects, your life will transform. Success will become easier. You will feel more abundant. You will experience more abundance in your life. You will have more joy, more happiness, more fulfillment. So life will really transform, because you're transforming from the inside out. What didn't work before now starts to work, because you have transcended those shadow aspects. You're basically clearing out all the baggage that you have been carrying with you for so long, that has been weighing you down, that has been weighing on you all this time. You're setting yourself free from that. So as you're releasing that, as you're letting that go, as you're really transcending those old parts, those old limited selves into something higher, then you're actually showing up differently. You're vibrating higher. You're actually elevating your consciousness, and you're also then transforming your life from the inside out. So your life outside of you will then reflect back at you how deeply you have transformed from the inside out. Because when you let go of those shadow aspects, you're unhindered to really move forward. Where previously maybe you felt held back and limited or whatnot, once you transcend those limiting aspects of yourself, you can just move forward with confidence, with courage, and knowing that, yes, whatever I'm choosing to do is going to work out in just that way or something even better. You then also open yourself up for completely new experiences in life as well. Then the fifth benefit is that you actually get to know yourself at a deeper level. When you dive deep into your shadows, you uncover a lot about yourself. And here, like I mentioned earlier, shadow work is never meant to be done from a harsh point of view, but it's always, you got to be gentle about that. You can't judge yourself or be mad about the things you're uncovering. It's like really a gentle approach. But when you do that, you really get to know yourself. You get to know your true, authentic self. Because we wear so many different masks to fit in, to be liked, to not be judged, to not judge ourselves, and things like that. So we're hiding behind all these masks, which kind of causes us to be quite inauthentic, because we're pretending to be someone to fit in, but we're not really our true self, right? And when you do shadow work, you're getting to know your true authentic self, which is beautiful. That actually also helps you to wake up more to who you are. This is also a powerful process, or actually a necessary process on your spiritual awakening journey, to really rediscover the truth of who you are. And the beautiful thing about that is, when you get to know yourself, you actually become more empowered in the process as well. You also get to know yourself in a deep, intimate level that otherwise you wouldn't be able to get to know yourself. So you're actually getting to know your true authentic self, which is absolutely beautiful and powerful. And then the sixth and final benefit is that you actually become a new, more aligned, more centered, more awakened and alive person, where you no longer feel the need to hide any parts of you, or hide behind any masks, or hide any aspects of yourself, or only show up halfway or anything like that. No, you're actually showing up as your true, authentic, empowered, centered, and aligned self, which is absolutely powerful. You actually then become the most authentic expression of yourself. So as you can see, shadow work is absolutely powerful. Yes, I do have to say, shadow work is not always pleasant. It can be quite painful depending on how you look at it. That's why I mentioned earlier, when you're doing shadow work, you don't want to judge anything. You don't want to go at it from the victim kind of mentality that, oh my God, my life is the way it is because of all that. Oh my God, now I can't change anything. It's not that. It's like you want to really acknowledge, okay, up until this point, my life has been this way because of these shadow aspects. Okay, what can I learn from this? What can I take from this? How can I heal this? How can I clear this? And then really transcending it. You want to do it from an emotionally detached point of view, so you can really go about it. Okay, now I'm done with this. I want to transcend this. There's going to be times when you really have to lean into the discomfort, but also not from a victim kind of point of view to really feel it and be kind of like, laying in the discomfort, but no, feeling it with the intention of releasing and letting go. Now, I will definitely create a whole lot more videos about, how to really heal the shadow on my new channel. So definitely check that out if that's of interest to you. But I just want to share with you those benefits of shadow work. It can truly change your life in ways you never thought possible, because you're really letting go of all that stuff that is already there. You're just not aware of it, but it's weighing on you. It's weighing you down. It's affecting you. It's actually causing you to even self-sabotage your efforts and things like that. So embarking on a journey of shadow work is absolutely beautiful and can transform your life and yourself from the inside out. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, do me a favor, hit the like button. Maybe leave me a comment below. Let me know. How do you feel about shadow work? Do you now feel called to embark on this? I mean, now is really that time to really awaken more, to do this in the work. I've heard from a lot of people that now they're feeling called to do more shadow work, that now is really that time where they're feeling that nudge to embark on this. I'm curious to know, do you feel that too? Leave me a comment below, let me know. But here you go. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Now, I definitely hope that you're also going to join me on my new channel to learn more about shadow work. But also just check out these videos here on the screen. They can also help you more on your spiritual awakening journey. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, make an amazingly abundant and joyful day. Namaste.